Hey everybody, welcome back to Fox's Best Laid Plans. I am your host, Fox, the one who makes the plans that get fucked up all the time. Welcome back to another monthly installment of Power Sheets. If you are new here, welcome. Every month I am doing a wrap-up of my previous month's Power Sheets and how my tending list went, and a preview of what this coming month's or current month's Power Sheets have to offer. Cool, so let us start by looking back at April. April was the quarterly refresh and I was feeling all like pumped up about shit, and you know what? I did a pretty fucking good job with it. Look at that, right? So my monthly action items: go to the desert. We went to the desert. We did. It was awesome. Content plan ideas for videos. I did not do that. I'm still in like this very chaotic space where I don't really feel like I have the time that I need to dedicate to the things that I want to dedicate it to. Part of that is brain stuff, and part of that is running takes up a lot of my life, and part of that is just work stress and trying to balance everything. I'll get there when I get there. I did find a Skillshare class. I bookmarked 2 Skillshare classes that I want to take. I don't know if I'll get to them in the next couple weeks, but at least I did. My goal was to find ones that I'm going to watch, and I have them and they're set aside. So the biggest thing on this tending list for the month of April is that I organized my stickers. I did it. I finally did it. I dreamed it. I knew it could happen. I believed in myself, and I sat down for like 3 fucking hours one day and I did it. Can we take a moment? Because what I did was organize my stickers, organize my stickers. I did it, I did it. My stickers are still organized. Spirit fingers, spirit fingers, spirit fingers. Yeah, yeah. So tidy, very tidy. Everything's in the place where it belongs. Yeah, I did it. I did my stickers. What? Fuck. So they're organized. And they're staying organized. This is not that shit where you organize it and then you fuck it up the next week. No, they're staying organized. So far, so good. So that alone made this month wonderful. Stories by the month, March 2021. I didn't even touch it. I did not touch scrapbooking at all in the month of April. That's fine. Scrapbooking is the thing that always gets pushed to the side. When something has to get pushed to the side, it's always scrapbooking and cooking healthy meals. Those are the 2 things that, like, I will make time for running. I will always make time for running. Scrapbooking and cooking, those are my struggle points. Edit all of our pictures from our trip by 4:30. I gave myself half credit on that. I'm almost done. I was about halfway through at the end of the month and I'm almost done now. I should actually be finishing those up, if not tonight, tomorrow. So you'll see I have a photo goal coming up, so that will tie in for the next month. Herb garden, got it all weeded. It's ready to go. Rake and weed my rock garden and my side garden, like Lucy's ferns. I gave myself half credit for that one because I did rake and weed the ferns. I did not do the rock garden yet. I usually use a leaf blower. Are you leaving me? Rude. On the rock garden, just because it's easier than using a rake in that area. I have to wait for it to be dry for like 3 or 4 days in a row to use it, and then it has to line up with me not being at work. It hasn't happened. So that part kind of out of my control, because the leaf blower will only work in that area if they're dry, and I need at least like 3 or 4 days for it to be dry enough to use it. And then I have to have a day where I'm not working and that happens, and it's just Pittsburgh, it's kind of hard to do that. So that part's not done, but I did rake and weed the ferns. They're ready to be mulched. I just didn't put the mulch down yet. And then I did get full credit for replace dead indoor plants with low light plants. I did do that. So I had a couple of succulents that had died in the window because they weren't getting enough light. So I went to Lowe's with Layla Grace. We found some plants that need medium or low light, so we bought those. And I have one of them planted. I have a spider plant that I bought, just like the pot itself, and I have one more that I have to transplant. But I gave myself full credit because I actually did the research, found pet safe plants that are low light or medium light that can survive in the window, figured out how often I have to water them, and I'm starting them. I just have to transplant the one into a nicer looking pot. And then my final monthly goal, monthly action item was to get Invisalign, which I did. I have them out right now for this video because I'm very self-conscious about talking with them because I feel like I'm very like slobbery when I talk with them. So I had them in for my plan with me for a front-facing video. I didn't want to have them in because I'm very like concerned about how I look and sound with them in. So I did get them. I'm doing every Thursday night, I change them into the new week's kit. And yeah, so I gave myself full credit for that. We're not even talking about weekly action items or daily action items because I didn't do anything in here while we were on vacation. Like what I did was before we left, I made a copy of this page and I brought it with me so I could still track these things if I wanted to. And I just didn't. And that's fine because I don't know. I feel like I've reached a point in my life where minutes move faster than they're supposed to. I really think that's what's happening because what the fuck else? Where the fuck else do my days go if that's not what's happening, right? Okay. There's a lot of cussing in this video. I want to say that I'm sorry about that, but I also feel like everybody who's here knows that about me and is probably like, oh, there she goes again. There she goes again. So let's look at my month in review. This is the April month in review. People I'm grateful for and why. My partner Liza and my tech Nicole because the store stayed perfect while I was gone and I was so worried I was going to be walking back into a mess and they kept everything running smoothly when I wasn't there and I'm so happy. And I'm also grateful for husband for humoring me with yet another trip to the desert. He doesn't feel about the desert the way that I feel about the desert, but he feels about happy wife, happy life the way that I feel about the desert. So it works out in the end. Good things from this month. There were so many good things this month. You know, some months I sit here and I say like, oh, I really had to scroll through and see like what good things happened. No, this month it was easy. This was the easiest question. Vacation, we went dancing, and my dad's CT scan was good, and that's why we were able to go on vacation. So yay for all those things, right? Okay. What I read or listened to. I finally finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I didn't like it. I kept waiting to get into it. I finally, the last 100 pages, started to get into it, and then I just really didn't care for the ending. I didn't care for the ending. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I just didn't care for it. And it was like, you almost got me, then you did. I did start reading something to talk about on the plane. I didn't finish it yet. It's like still in my purse. I have to get it out, but it's really cute. It's like, it's not YA, maybe it's new adult. I guess you would call it new adult, and it's lesbian romance. And I was definitely reading it on the plane right next to this like old redneck looking man from Fayette County. That's so Fox. But yeah, I really like it. It's really good. I just like have not been reading at all since we got back from the trip. And then listened to, when we go on vacation, we used to do this thing when we first were going out to California and would get a car that had Sirius XM before we had Sirius XM in our own cars. We would do, it's called 80s versus 90s Face Off. And what you do is you put the song on the 80s and then on the 80s on 8 channel, and then you go to the 90s channel and you see which song, it's like those two songs battle head to head, and then whatever one you like, you listen to that. When that's over and the new song starts, then you do the battle again, right? We've done this for years. We haven't done it in a few years. So we did it again when we were in the desert driving through down to the Salton Sea. And it was so fun. But SiriusXM has like started now when you scroll things, it tries to start the beginning of the song, which sounds great because then you'd be like, oh, I love this song, and you can listen to the whole thing. But when you're doing 80s versus 90s Face Off like that, if you jump to the 80s and you're like, oh no, I want the 90s song again, sometimes when you jump back, it's the middle of the song, even though the song should have just started. I don't know why they're doing this. I have mixed feelings about it. Maybe they're just testing it out, but it was still really fun to play 80s versus 90s Face Off, and I highly recommend it. You can do it with any decade. You could do 70s versus 90s Face Off. You could do 2000s. You could do New Wave versus Yacht Rock Face Off. You have plenty of options, you know? The world is wide open. Goals that are going well. Gardening. Especially the part where I'm being patient and not planting things until like it's gonna be done freezing, because it's supposed to freeze this week. Today is May 10th that I'm filming this, and it's supposed to freeze tomorrow night, one of the next 3 nights, either tonight, tomorrow, or Wednesday. So it is really hard for me to be patient and not plant things. As soon as like we get the first hint of spring weather, I'm like, put all the things in the ground, put all these in the ground, make a vegetable garden. And I didn't do that this year, and I'm really, really proud of myself. Look how much I've grown. So that's going well. I'm choosing grace over guilt about getting takeout because it is my life right now. Like I said, I blink and my days are gone, and so like the eating thing has been the struggle. So I'm choosing grace over guilt about getting a lot of takeout because we at least try to get like vegetable takeout. Like I got a lot of salads as takeout. I was still like doing very well with my 2 vegetables. So I'm gonna let that one slide. Favorite moments from this month. I ran out of room. Joshua Tree. We went to see the sunset at the Salton Sea. We met a bunch of different dogs in Big Sur. We drank all the wine. We ate all the food. Holy shit, dining out again. That's exactly how I wrote it because we're going to restaurants again because we're vaccinated. So good. Joining too many wine clubs. It's a financial investment that's good for your future. Trying to talk husband into jumping in. Oh! We went to Strange Ways, which was hosted at Avonworth Community Park, which is the old, it's not old, I mean, that's where our homecomings and our Valentine's Day formals were. And it's also the pool that we used to go to when we were kids. And it's not like, it's empty right now because it's not the on season. And I was like, I'm gonna have 4 White Claws and I'm gonna jump into the pool. And husband was like, we are not going to do that. And I was like, you say that now, but have another White Claw and tell me you don't want to jump into the pool. We did jump into the pool. Maybe next time. I'm saying no to letting depression win because, yeah, depression has been, despite all these good things, depression has been, it's back. It's not good. It's real not good. I talked about it a little bit in my Playing With Me tonight. I will talk about it more in my goals coming up, but it is, that's part of where my days are going, is depression. So I am saying no to it. I'm not gonna fucking let it win because I went to therapy for years to learn how to deal with this shit. And I remember the things that I learned. Okay, I'm saying yes to writing and scrapbooking and eating enough protein every day. That's a goal going forward because I have an ultra marathon on June 5th and I need to eat protein so that I don't get hurt. Right. Prepare well. I won't sing the Johnny Cage song, Prepare Yourself. Know that I'm thinking about it and know that the new Mortal Kombat was really disappointing. And I think part of it was because they left out the techno soundtrack. I mean, it's just a theory, it's just a hypothesis, but I think it's a really accurate hypothesis. Okay, prepare well. This is now we're on to May. Choose what matters. Choose May 2021. Yeah, important to-dos for the month of May. Run a marathon, I did that. Done, checked it off. Reserve our Airbnb for Eagle Up, I did that too, I can check that off. Order Layla's pack and play for the marathon, for the ultra, and I did that. Get a new Garmin. My Garmin died during the marathon. I only got to 24 miles and it died. I ran all 26.2, but my watch would have you believe otherwise. So I ordered a new one. It should be arriving tomorrow or Wednesday. And I get very anxious every time I have to make an investment of that amount of money, but I got it, $400 watch. It was on sale for 340 bucks, and then I had 140 bucks of rewards points. So it was only a $200 purchase for a $400 watch. So about the best you could do. And it's solar powered, so I don't have to worry about it dying on me at Eagle Up, which is like the most important thing. Okay. I need to get new shoes. My shoes have too many miles on them and I need to train in them a little bit before I run the ultra. So I have to buy at least like 2 pairs of new shoes and rotate them because that's part of why the marathon was a struggle. I'm going to get eyelash extensions tomorrow, so I will have beautiful, lovely eyelashes tomorrow, hopefully. I have an eye appointment for like my eyeballs on 5/24, and then our new computer system goes live at work on Thursday, which I'm very, very stressed about. But it is what it is. Things I'm excited for. Marathon day. It was a blast. Dancing at Strange Ways. We went out dancing on Friday night with our friends Juan and Carissa. It was so fun. I had a great night. A 30-mile run with Em. I am excited for that. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Going out to dinner. We are able to go out to dinner again because we're vaccinated. Yay! Seeing friends in person because we're vaccinated. Okay, I'm not a hugger. Like, I've never been a hugger. Like, I really don't like hugs. But let me tell you that I really want to hug people right now. And it's weird, and I'm having to deal with my emotions because I'm like, you're real. You exist. And I want to hug you to make sure that you're really real. So, yeah. I'm not a hugger. I've never really like been that kind of person that likes hugs, but people love hugs. And if you get good at like giving hugs, people like that. So like, I learned to work with it. And now I'm like, I gotta make sure that you're real. I think that's what's going on right now. But seeing friends in person is so exciting. The days are getting longer. It is 8:09 p.m. and it is daylight as fuck outside. And Week in the Life is this month too. Ali Edwards. Week in the Life is this month and I'm excited. It actually started like officially today. I'm not doing it on the official week, which I will talk about, but it is officially underway for majority of humans. Things that are on my mind. The new computer system I was talking about that I'm nervous about. We are now vaccinating in store. As of today, we have vaccine and that's very exciting. Also kind of stressful, but very exciting because we've been waiting to get it for months. OMG, my house is a disaster. It really is. I thought you would be seeing the summer tree. We're still on spring. I know it's still spring outside, but you know, like after Easter, it's like, then it becomes summer in your mind. We're still on spring because I just haven't gotten there yet. Also on my mind, I'm so tired all the time. And I really think that is the depression. I have been having to take naps and I hate naps, okay? I don't like them. I need them to function more than I wish that I did, but I don't like them. I never wake up feeling refreshed. Like they feel good while they're happening and I never feel good after. I always feel like crummy and like, I wish I hadn't done that. But like oftentimes, I cannot keep going with my day because I'm so tired. And I think that's the depression. I think it gets to a point where I just get overwhelmed with all the things that I have to do and want to do and need to do. And yeah, so it is on my mind that I am this tired all the time. I'm hopeful that marathon will be dry and lovely. It was, both counts. That my 30-miler will make me feel like I can do Eagle Up. We'll see if that remains to be seen. Hopeful that the new computer system and the vaccine rollout will go okay, that I will get a lot of time to scrapbook, and then I can get my eating back on track and stop ordering takeout quite so much. So, yet again, I am using my monthly spread to write down my vegetables every day, so I keep track of the fact that I'm eating 2 vegetables. So that's nice. And here we are. Something happened. I don't know if anybody else had this issue with their Powersheets, but something like befell my Powersheets. I don't know if you can see how like wrinkled and crusty it is. Not crusty, but you know, like it's really wrinkled. Like all of May and I think all of June, maybe just May. No, May and June. By July it evens out. Like in production, I guess they like mangled the pages. So they're like really, they're not torn or anything, but they're like somebody went like, and then flattened it. That's what happened. All right, so we're on to May. We're on to May. My priority for May is focus. And my encouraging words, as you know, I normally do choose Dave Matthews Band lyrics. I couldn't really come up with anything that I could think of without like searching deep into the depths of the Dave catalog. So my encouraging words are instead, don't fuck it up, which is an ancient dancer blessing. If you were ever a dancer, you know it is the blessing that is bestowed upon you by your friends and coaches before you take the floor at a competition. Don't fuck it up. Words of wisdom. So cool. I started this yesterday. I did my Powersheets yesterday. I had hoped to do them on Thursday the 6th. Basically, the month started with 5 days of work for me and, well, with 4 days of work and 1 day of marathon. And the marathon took like the whole day, and then we went to dinner, and that was that. So I knew I wasn't gonna have time to really work on these, and I didn't wanna pressure myself and like rush through it or stress about it. So I was like, on the 6th, when I'm finally off of work, that's when I'll do it. See previous comment about tired and depression and napping and not getting things done, right? So I finally had time yesterday, the 9th. So that's what I did. So what I did was I just crossed off the first 8 days for my daily action items. I'm gonna start here and then we'll go to the monthly action items, because basically there's my daily action items and there's my weekly action items. I'm not really doing those. They're not working for me. The daily action items, I do wanna make sure I'm hitting my protein goal of 100 or more grams of protein every day. Taking my amino acids and my collagen every day. That's also good for muscle recovery and for health. Doing a PM skincare routine because summer is coming and my skin just doesn't look good in the summer because it's sweaty all the time. And then my bullet journal, keeping up on that because I got like 2 weeks behind in that and I'm trying to catch up, and it's a whole thing. So, but knowing that I didn't start to actually fill this out until yesterday, I just was like, you know what, we're not gonna try to remember, did I do this every single day? I just crossed it off, and the month starts on the 9th. And I know what I did yesterday, I'm gonna fill that in. My weekly action items, I just wanna lift at least twice a week. I made a schedule, which I shared in my plan with me this week, and also in my blog. And that is setting me up to integrate lifting into my running plan for the next month. So, I'm gonna take a moment to tell you a thing. So, as everybody knows, my dad has small cell lung cancer, and he was doing really well with treatments in the fall, and in January we found out that the cancer had returned. When we thought that the cancer was in like decent shape in November and I had to turn in my vacation schedule, we also thought the pandemic would be behind us because the vaccine would be out. I scheduled vacation the week of the 4th of July. We wanted to go back to Banff, and we thought, we can all go, it'll be great. Well, in January we found out that my dad's cancer had returned. He's on second-line chemo now. He's doing really well with it, thank goodness. But we will not be able to travel to Canada because the pandemic is not under control there the way that it is here. It's still not like 100% under control here, but at least like everybody who wanted to get a vaccine is pretty much able to get a vaccine now. We have to convince some other people that they need to get the vaccine and that it's a good idea. So that's the next step that we're working on. But yeah, they're not allowing travelers into Canada. They're not even allowing travelers between Canadian provinces right now, as far as I know. That may have been lifted, but yeah. So obviously we can't go to Banff. So we didn't think we were gonna be able to do anything, and I was like, well, I just have a week off. I'll just, you know, whatever, work in the yard, hang out. And then my dad has been doing very well, and he had his scans at the beginning of April, and it showed massive improvement, like serious improvement in all of the tumors. And he's been feeling okay. He's having some nausea with this chemo, but it's manageable and it lasts about a week, and usually after the first week, the next 2 weeks are pretty solid. So he had his latest oncologist appointment and mentioned like, would we be able to go on a trip? Would we be able to work out chemo? And his oncologist, who is like, I just adore him. He was like, absolutely. He's like, you tell me when you want to go, how long you're going to be gone, and I will plan your chemo around it. You absolutely take that trip. So, surprise, we're going on vacation in July with my parents. I am so happy. I am so emotional about it. It's just, I didn't think it was gonna happen, and now it seems like I mean, anything could happen between now and then, but I am so happy about it. So we are going to go to Acadia National Park in Maine, because none of us have seen it yet. And we're gonna drive, we're gonna take Layla, because Bar Harbor, where we'll be staying, is very, very dog friendly. And so we're gonna drive, bring the dog. We're gonna do like a 3-day drive up, 3 days in the park, and then a 3-day drive home. And that way we'll take it easy, because with my dad going through chemo and having cancer, that puts him at risk for blood clots. So we do have to be sure that he's getting up and walking around every 90 to 120 minutes. So it's gonna take longer to drive there. Like we can't go, 4 hours without stopping. So we're just gonna make the drive part of the journey and see some stuff. You know me and my Roadside America, we always are gonna have to stop and see Roadside America. So that is our plan for July. So that puts us at about 7.5 weeks between now and the trip. My goal for those 7.5 weeks is to focus. It's to fucking focus, Fox, but it's to focus. I really want to be present and not super self-conscious when we're on this trip, okay? Because realistically speaking, this could be the last trip that my dad is able to make. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully, you know, there's many more summers to go. But realistically, this could be the case. And I want to make sure that I'm taking like thousands of pictures and like every moment and being super present. And I don't want my self-esteem issues and my lack of confidence in myself and like being unhappy with my body being part of what limits me, and being like, oh, I don't want to be in this picture because I don't like how I look today, you know? So I'm like, I have 7 weeks. I can really focus. I have 2 reasons that I want to focus. I talked about this in my plan with me, so if you watch the plan with me and you're hearing this all again, I'm sorry that it's a duplicate, but just in case anybody watches Powersheets but not Plan with me, I don't know. 2 things. 1, I don't want to get hurt at this ultra, and I want to achieve my goal of 100K, like I do. So if I am really diligent about doing my strength training over the next month and watching my diet and making sure that I'm getting my protein that I need every day, eating healthy, eating vegetables and all that shit, that will help me run better and also hopefully prevent any kind of injury from happening. But number 2, I would like to be a little bit thinner and more confident about my body when we go on this trip, so that way that I feel comfortable being like in all the pictures and taking all kinds of pictures while we're there. So that's the long way of saying I really am gonna focus. And so that's why my weekly action item is to lift at least twice a week. Because I'd like to build a little bit of muscle so that I feel like good flexing on the beach at Bar Harbor. Okay, that's the goal. So other stuff, I wanna just have things taken care of so that when we go, I'm like, I'm here, I'm in the moment, I am living my best life. That's what I wanna be, that, you know? I just want to focus on my things, and I want to get my things done, and I want to be really present and really, really enjoy the shit out of the whole summer, because I love summer. I used to hate summer. I used to really hate summer, and now I really like summer. I don't like being sweaty, but I like summer. Okay, so my monthly action items, the dream we all dream of, the thing that you're actually here for, hearing about what I want to do in the month of May, right? So week in the life, I want to do the documentation. I don't presume or expect that I will get the actual stuff done, but I have a photo printer now, which makes everything so much easier, and that was like the best investment I have made in a long time. Like, I really recommend it. I will post a link to the printer that I got below. It's the Epson PM400. If you do any kind of scrapbooking, even memory keeping in your journal, your bullet journal or anything, or your planner, it is worth the investment for sure. So I can like actually, even if I don't get everything into the binders, if I want to, I can even print the pictures and start printing them. So I want to at least get the documentation part done. Basically with Week in the Life, you do your day every single day, and you do like snippets of the day, and it can be like boring shit, like a picture of your alarm clock, the time that you get up, or a breakfast that you make every day, or you know, anything like that. It's like to notice the little moments. So what I did last year was I like kept a Word document open, and I would write out, like in addition to taking the pictures, I would write a description of every picture that I was taking. So hopefully when I go back and actually sit down and do that scrapbook, I will remember everything that I put in there. I haven't done it yet, but that's what I'm gonna do again this year, is just like document everything, take the pictures and document everything. I do have oh, I should have talked about this, huh? I try to relate my tending list goals to my quarterly goals. So if you need a refresher on this, my quarterly goals are take better care of my body, establish routines for mental and physical health, scrapbook and memory keep, kick ass at fitness, build a beautiful garden, explore my druid practice, and grow my YouTube channel. Those are my goals. I did 7 goals for the quarterly refresh in the spring, and those are the 7. So the Week in the Life obviously relates to the scrapbooking. I have 3 action items related to the goal of establishing routines for mental and physical health. The first one is to solidify AM and PM routines. So my AM routine, I know what I want to do in it, but I've been behind, and so I haven't been able to work through every step of it every day. So I really just want to get caught up and get on track with that. Because I do every morning take time in the morning to do stuff, but I want to make sure that I'm doing all the items that I want to do every day and not pushing other things away because I'm behind on certain items. Like I do my daily memory keeping in my bullet journal, and I'm behind on that. So like I will spend like, you know, extra time doing that some mornings and not do my photo edits or whatever else, as an example. My PM routines, I just really want to get into a better skincare routine. Like my skincare routine at night is like, go upstairs, brush my teeth, floss, throw water on my face, and go to bed. And I would like to use an actual cleanser that's like good for your skin, and then put moisturizer and eye cream on before bed as part of that too. That's all that I really want to do for a PM routine. And then make sure that I set my sleep tracker, take my medicine. I mean, my medicine I take every night, so that's not like something I have to remember to do, but getting into a better skincare routine, because I'm not very good at taking care of my body, as everybody knows. Then this is also in that the same goal of establishing routines for mental and physical health. Clean off the dining room table and keep it clean by 6/1. Our dining room table is a flat surface. If you have flat surface problems, you know what I'm talking about. Everything just goes there. Like, I don't know where to put this. Oh, here's the mail. Oh, this thing came as a package. Everything, you know? And we have right now some of the wine that we got. We needed to get another rack for the wine that we bought in California. So the rack should be arriving a week from today, on Monday. And then we can take the bottles that are on the table off and put them away. So I want to get the table cleaned off and like keep up with it every single day. Like while I'm making breakfast, while things are cooking, go in and address it, you know? Also, I want to declutter both of the bathroom cabinets. That's a separate goal in here. And it's like one of those things people will say, why do you want to declutter a closet? Or why does it matter to you to do something that you can't, that's got a door closed on it? But I think the bathroom cabinets are like an easy thing that is like measurable. Like when you do it, you can see the difference. Like, okay, I got rid of all these like free samples of makeup that I don't use, like, or whatever the case may be. Like you can see the difference. And so it motivates you to keep doing more. So that's really why I want to do that. And also just make sure that all my like sunscreens are in date and that kind of stuff, and like have a better idea on when I'm running out of shampoo or whatever. So both of the bathroom cabinets are on here. I put this under scrapbook and memory keep related to the trip, but reserve our hotel and rental car. We did reserve the rental car. We reserved the hotel for Bar Harbor. I have to reserve the other hotels for like the drive up and the drive back, but I haven't like solidified what our plans are for those yet. So hopefully by the end of the month, I will know basically what we're doing. Complete 20 days of the stretching app. I am doing the splits training app, which I was gonna try to show it on my phone, but it's a 30-day splits training. It's kind of annoying because every day is like 19 or 21 minutes of stretching. And I will let you in on a secret, and that secret is that no runner ever wants to stretch for 20 minutes, ever. Like cumulative for the week, we don't want to stretch 20 minutes. Even as a former dancer, I don't want to stretch for 20 minutes, but it is so much better for my body when I do that. And again, goals are preventing injury in this race. And so I'm back at it. I did it today. I'm gonna make time to do it every day. So yeah. Doing the stretching app. I put that under Kick Ass at Fitness because it is fitness. I have 2 more action items under the scrapbook and memory keeping goal. One is to do January, February, and March of my fitness journal. I'm almost done with January. Well, I'm about halfway through January, but I have a lot of my pictures printed. I had really been hoping to have more time to work on it this off rotation, and I haven't worked on it yet. So that's on my plan for tomorrow. I have gotten a lot of like house stuff done. So I'm hoping that my next off rotation, like I start back on Wednesday in 2 days, I start back on my work rotation, and I'm hoping that when I get to my off rotation next time, there will be less house stuff to do, and that way I can dedicate more time to scrapbooking on my days off. Whereas this time I was like doing a lot of like housework and cleaning and decluttering and, you know, laundry and stuff from the trip, all of those kinds of things. And then I do want to complete all of my photo edits. I'm getting a little bit behind on my photo edits. As you all may know, at one point, I can't even remember, I think it was 2019 at this point, I had a backlog of 25,000 photos. 25,000 photos. And I got them all done by the end of August, August 31st, 2020. I finally was caught up and current and I was ready to kick ass. And now I'm to about 2,000. I wrote the number down, 1,996 photos. I really want to get that number down. I want to have all my photos like current and edited by the time we leave for our trip in July. So I wrote on here that I want to have it by 6/1. I would have to average about 100 photos a day of editing. I don't know how practical that is. Like I like when we put a movie on at night and I edit photos while we're watching the movie, and I can, if I focus, I can get 100 done, but I put that goal on here knowing that I may not achieve all of that, but at least if I make a dent in it, I put it on here and I make a dent in it, and then I'll be happy. And then we bought a home radon test. I am worried about radon. My dad has small cell. Radon is like the #2 reason that people get that. I mean, they don't live with us, but Western Pennsylvania, it is a problem in Western Pennsylvania homes. So we bought a home radon test and we're gonna do that. And then if it does seem to be a problem, then we can do a professional one. So I wanna do that and go from there and see. And then finally, plant my herbs and put down mulch. So I think I should be able to plant next week. Hopefully we'll be past all the frost. It was fucking freezing yesterday. Like today it was pretty nice, but yesterday it was raining and cold and windy and it was misery, absolute misery. So like I said, we might have a frost one of the next 3 nights. I don't know which day, but I have not planted yet because of that. So I would like to get my herbs in and then mulch my herbs, my lilies, and I don't know how to describe it, my perennial garden, and then also the ferns. Those are the 3 things. And then hopefully, like I didn't put it on here, but leaf blow the rock garden and get that in order. But it's a challenge with Pittsburgh weather being so wet as it is. So I think these are all manageable things. I think I could actually, this is a month that I could actually achieve everything that's on my list. I don't know if I will. I think it's something that I could do, but I think I have a solid foundation here. And really, I just want to like really focus in on the basics, you know, morning routine, evening routine, eating healthier, tracking my macros every day, making lifting a regular part of my week, like really getting back to the basics and focusing on things and not being distracted. So that way I can get things done and then be able to be more present in my life and be able to really enjoy the summer, starting, you know, when the summer starts. So those are my action items for the month. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I hopefully didn't scare anybody off with my dance moves. I mean, it's me. If you're here and you've stuck around and you subscribe to my channel, I think you kind of know what you're getting. Sorry. So anyway, please do subscribe. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I've published at least 2 videos a week. This is a 3rd bonus video. There will be weeks where there are 3rd videos. Eventually, I'm hoping to ramp up to 3 videos a week every week, but we gotta focus on the basics. Yeah. Stretching. We gotta stretch every day, even though we hate it. When I was more flexible, I liked stretching. That's the truth. Now it's like, just makes me sad. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new here. You'll get your 2 videos a week. You'll sometimes get a 3rd video, and you'll get unconditional love from me, a person who learned to hug because she found out that people like to be hugged. Hey, look, I care about people. That's my thing. It is my thing. Okay, as always, my humans, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and I will see you in my next video.